Man, I can't believe this crap, man. These cops are out here arresting people just for breaking the law. Man, these tyrants are out of control, bruh. I thought you were a lawyer, now you say you can rap. Well, I've listened to your record, made me go take a nap. The rhymes you're spitting out, they make you sound like a nut. Your latest track, it's got less views now than Gun Cereal's butt. Well, you say you're just a man who wants to smoke out some weed, but you smoked yourself stupid, boy, get the help that you need. You think you could be like Tom McDonald, be an internet star? The problem is your brain's so tiny, it would fit in this jar.
It's a frivolous lawsuit.
You know you're gonna lose.
Frivolous lawsuit.
Now watch me play the blues.
Frivolous lawsuit.
You put against cat.
Frivolous lawsuit.
Make sure you wear the hat. All parties have been sworn in. I've read your complaint.
It's a frivolous lawsuit.
The way it's written, it sounds like you've been smoking paint.
That means
if we have that title to your shit, we will take it.
Oh, come and take it, bitch.
All right. I want your money and I want your dignity, and I'm taking both.
To quote my good friend Artie, come take it, bitch. Come take it, bitch. Come take it, bitch. Come take it, bitch.
Come and take it, bitch.
She spit in my face.
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 Take it, bitch.
Take it, bitch.
She spit in my face.
You're a fucking idiot.
She spit in my face.
Shot little dick, dude.
A woman walks into the ladies' room at the mall. She enters one of these stalls and sits down to begin doing her business. As she starts to pee, she looks down at her shoes and sees a head poking under the stall, looking up at her with a camera. "What are you doing?" she screams, frightened. "I'm recording you," says Denver Metro Audits. "But this is a bathroom," she squeals. "Yes, a public bathroom, and there's no expectation of privacy in public," he tells her. "You don't belong in here," she yelled. "I didn't see any sign saying that," DMA replies. "It says ladies' room right on the door." Maybe it does, but it doesn't say no men allowed, does it?" he asked her. "What? That's stupid," she sputtered. "You're being a Karen about this, and what's stupid is shaving down there," DMA answered, holding his camera up. "If you let that bush grow in, it would create privacy for your hoo-ha like a hedge." She stared down at the activist lying on the filthy floor looking up at her. "A hedge? Look, they should put a lock on that door if they don't want people coming in. They need to create privacy," DMA said. "It says ladies' room. They assume men won't come in here." "Well, they shouldn't assume that. And I can film whatever I can see. It's my First Amendment right as an independent journalist." "Oh, you're a journalist. What are you working on?" she asked, sarcastically, wiping herself. "I can't divulge that information at this time. The story isn't finished yet," he lied as if there were a story. "No expectation of privacy in public," he reiterated. But I'm in a stall, she cried. Yes, and look, it's open on the top and the bottom, DMA answered in his thin voice. They need to create more adequate privacy because if I can see it, I can film it. You don't have to like it, but it's my First Amendment right. The conversation droned on like this for a while. The woman on the toilet and DMA on the filthy floor next to the toilet. Finally, the woman says, Christopher, don't you think this is inappropriate? I'm your mom. And that's a true story. Absolute true story.
Oh man, I love that. It was great. Morning, everybody, and welcome to the channel over by there. Today, Hezokuai will be here in a minute, but I had to stop by and just, say a few words about the sad situation that happened last night. When the Chicago Bears, were unfortunately defeated by the Green Bay Packers. It was a horrible, horrible, horrible thing. Me and my buddies, we were having so much fun at the beginning of the game. The first quarter, the Bears, they looked so good. It was a wonderful thing. We had, we had brats, we had pork chops, we had hot dogs, we had a couple of deep dish pizzas over by there. We went and we bought some ribs over by the Jules, and we barbecued those, and it was great. And we had a few beers, and we were ready to go. And the Bears were looking great, and Justin Fields was doing his thing. And then all of a sudden, that Aaron Rodgers, he got serious. And after that, forget it. We were done. But it was fun to watch for a minute or two. After that, I don't know what happened. What are you going to do? It was the Bears, they lost. Anyway, I just had to say something about that, because that was the last thing I saw before I went to bed over there. And what else is there to say? It didn't work out. But, at least the Packers lost last week and we won. So we're still 1-1. Tied for the season. So far, so good. Hopefully we'll get them next time. And I'm going to go away for a minute. I'll have Hezokuai come up here and talk to you guys about them their Frauditor things. The Bears. Bear down. Sorry, guys. That dude always hijacks my channel the day after a football game. What am I going to do? He's a friend of mine. So how's everybody doing tonight? Let's see. This morning. Let's see who's all in the house. Good morning, Jim Hughes, Terry Barnes, Cliff Higson. Good to see ya. Ikis, great to see you always. Stanley Haynes. Sorry about that. Jennifer, hello. Well, good to see you. Glad you came to join us. Zerzu Zyquin, hello. I am back. Yes, sir. Yes, you are. Good to see you again. Always. Glad to see everybody here. This is good stuff. Good crowd. Always salacious. Yes, welcome. Good to see you again. Man, always a great crowd. Great crowd. Great crowd. How's everybody doing this morning? Did you have a good weekend? Enjoy yourself? I hope so. My weekend was great until that football game. Oh boy. The beginning of it was pretty cool, but they lost. Anyway, we got a lot of stuff going on. But there's one thing I wanted to look at that I thought was particularly entertaining. Because it was just posted, I guess, 18 hours ago? So yesterday, So maybe some of you guys haven't seen it yet. I don't know. But I wanted to cover this because I thought it was such a perfect example of what we always talk about and how these guys are, and how when you watch like people who support them, one of the big names that they always talk about, of one of the good ones, is Long Island Audit, right? You always hear that. And of course, we know better than to fall for his shtick. The way his fans eat it up, right? But he posted a video yesterday, and what's it called? It's called Entitled Karen Can't Keep Her Hands to Herself! ! So entitled Karen can't keep her hands to herself. Tries to take my camera. Again with an exclamation point. Where's the accountability? With a question mark. So what I'm going to do here is just a little bit different. I skipped forward to after this assault so that you guys could see how for 20 minutes he complains to the cops about how this woman brutally assaulted him. And then I'm going to go back after hearing him tell this story about all these horrible things that happened that the cops didn't see, right? So they have no idea. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to go back and show the beginning and show you what happened. This horrible, brutal, tyrannical assault that was committed against poor, sweet, innocent Sean Paul Reyes. Oh, man. Why did the entitled Internet God, this is great. I like this. I met an entitled Karen that couldn't keep her hands to herself. That was great. All right. Anyway, here's Douchehammer talking about his turd bomber crap sandwich false narrative nonsense. That was funny. I'm sorry. Oh boy, oh boy. I'm in a good mood this morning, guys. I love you guys. This is great. Let's see, where is it? There we go. This is like right afterwards. This right here is the woman who he says assaulted him. And again, I want to show you out of order so that you hear him tell the story to the cops. And then afterwards, I'll go back and show you what actually happened and how it's so not anything. Watch.
Can I help you?
Yeah, you can arrest this woman for assault.
For assault.
Yeah, that's correct.
Why?
Can I get your name and badge number, please?
What's your name? I'll give you my information. What's
Yeah, I'll
going
take your
on?
information, and I'll give you my information once you arrest this woman here for
I'm not
assault.
I'm not going to arrest her.
I know you're
What's
not because
going on?
I know you're not because
What's
she's
going
she's
on?
above the law, right? Ma'am, what's your name? What's your name?
Corporal Pilkington.
Corporal Pilkington.
Yeah. 357.
And your name, sir?
I'll get the lieutenant down here so you can answer questions. What's
Can I get
going
your
on?
name, sir?
Why do you videotape?
Deputy Johnson?
What exactly is going on? What happened?
That woman assaulted me. She
Okay.
just assaulted me.
I need the whole situation.
Oh, I was recording in publicly accessible areas of the building here, and she asked me if she can help me. And I said, "Who are you first? I don't know if you can help me. I don't know what department." I said, "What's your name? What department do you work for?"
Okay.
She said, "No, you need to stop." And then she grabs my hand, squeezes it, and tries to rip my phone out of my hand. So she assaulted me and an attempted robbery and trying to take my property from me. So I would like her arrested.
Okay, give me a minute and find out the rest of the story. What's going
Yeah, it's
on.
all on camera, so
Okay.
camera doesn't
These
lie.
are- okay. The purpose you're recording or
Yeah, there is a purpose.
Okay.
I'm an independent journalist. I'm
Okay,
gathering content for a story. Independent. That means I work for myself.
Okay. What information you're trying to gather? What I'm trying to understand what you're doing.
Oh, I'm working on a story on the county here.
Okay.
Yeah.
This gentleman here.
How you doing, sir?
First of all, that's offense number one. I'm kidding.
Is requesting we arrest a female that was down here, I guess a clerk.
Yeah, she just assaulted me and tried to and attempted to deprive me of my property and take my phone from me. She has no right to do that. I have no idea what got into her, what kind of entitlement she thinks she has that
No
she can
idea.
just
He's never seen
assault
anything like
somebody
this
in
before.
a county courthouse and get away with it on camera.
Okay. You're obviously recording me right now.
Yeah, I'm recording you right
I'm
now.
gonna refer you down here to the police station. They're responsible for that.
And you are?
Police station.
Yeah, but who are you, sir?
I'm with the sheriff's office.
And can I get your name and title, please?
Right there.
Is it
Lieutenant Fellows, go down to the sheriff's.
Lieutenant Fellows?
Lieutenant Fellows.
Thank you,
Go
Lieutenant
down to
Fellows.
the
Okay.
And you guys are with the sheriff's department here?
Correct.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. And there's law enforcement over here?
Yes, that's what he said. You to.
Okay, great. Of course, no one wants to do anything.
Because nothing
Wow,
happened.
just walked in the door.
And you're a Beavis.
Blackfoot City Police. Hi, ma'am. How are you? I'd like to speak to an officer, please.
I don't have anybody here in the office. What are you going for?
Oh, I was just assaulted in my property. Some woman tried to just steal my phone from me and assaulted me. So I need to speak to an officer, please.
Did it happen here?
Yeah, it just happened right here. I'm trying to speak to the deputies over there, but they referred me to you. My first name's Sean Paul, Seanpaul.
Wow, he gave his name.
What's your last name?
Last name is Reyes, Reyes.
Sorry, we got a new computer system.
No problem, ma'am. It's okay, no problem. Don't worry about it. Thank you, ma'am. Didn't even get to make my normal note here that
Okay, that there's cameras. Yeah, like, gee, what a surprise. So, real quick, Susan, I see you just joined us. Good morning. Good morning. Right now, we're taking a look at the video that Long Island Audit posted yesterday, where he was brutally and mercilessly assaulted by a vicious tyrant that tried to steal his property and deprive him of his rights and his property. And I started the video after that happens so that you could all see the story he tells, and then we'll go back and watch the actual vicious, horrible assault. Um, it's hilarious. And the point I wanted to make too about this as he's talking, like, because sometimes, like, while I'm playing the video, I'll talk, but I've gotten some feedback that a lot of people can't hear, when me and the video are on at the same time. So I paused it to say that one of the things about these guys that drives me absolutely up the wall, and there's so, like, every aspect of everything they do drives me up the wall, but one aspect that was just illustrated here perfectly is the way that they say things like, I have no idea why she would respond that way. I can't imagine somebody having that kind of a response. You have hundreds of videos on YouTube that you post every day of people responding the exact same way. You're so full of it. You're so full of it. You know they're going to respond that way because they do every time. And every time you're like, well, gee, I never expected that to happen. I don't understand what's going on. Oh, what a douche nozzle. Anyway, here's some more of his stupidity. He's about to point out that there's cameras there. Oh, yeah, the security cameras and your personal camera that you could take home and use for your own little whatever you want because it's your personal camera are the same thing. Yeah, right. We're supposed to believe that, you idiot.
our friendly reminder that they're always recording us, even though it's always an issue when we record them. Just can't get over that woman. She squeezed my hand so hard and tried to rip my phone out of my hand. Completely insane. Yeah, hopefully they find it on the cameras here. Let's see if they have cameras where she assaulted me. So that way we could FOIA request them and let the officer know. No cameras anywhere.
Who's the snowflake now?
Can I give you some help?
With what?
I don't know. You're wandering around here like you're trying to do something and you're videoing and everything. Just kind of wonder if I can help you.
What could you help me with?
I don't know. I'm asking that question.
Oh, I don't need your help. I would. Are you a law enforcement officer?
I am.
Yeah. So I needed your help before, and you didn't want to help me.
I referred you to
other law enforcement officers.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You don't have jurisdiction here.
No.
You don't have jurisdiction in the county that you are sworn in at.
Look, I'm not going to play this with.
Who's playing games? You're the one that didn't want to. You're the one that didn't want to do your job.
Did you go down to?
I did. I'm waiting for an officer to come here. And then you come back up to me asking if I can help you. You're the one playing games. I asked you for help. You didn't want to help me, and then you come back up to me and ask me if I need help. That's playing games, sir.
Yeah, it is.
You are. You're playing games, and I don't appreciate it, to be honest with you.
Right. You can report my name.
Yeah, I will.
Good.
I will.
Good.
Very unprofessional.
Yeah, good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh, there
How
she
you doing
is.
today, sir?
How are you? Help you?
Yeah. Can I get your name and badge number first, please?
My name's Lieutenant Myler, 603.
Lieutenant Myler, and you're for the Blackfoot City Police?
Correct.
Okay. Just want to make sure you're not a sheriff or anything. I spoke to the sheriffs. They referred me to you. I was taking some pictures and video in the GIS survey area.
Okay.
I'm an independent journalist. My name's Sean. I'm working on a story here for the county, and this woman she didn't identify herself to me. She comes up to me and she says, I assume she works here. She did say she works here. She says, do you need any help with anything? And I said, no, ma'am, I'm okay. Who are you? Because I don't know what department she works for, who she is. How can she help me? So she says, no, can I help you with anything? I'm like, well, I don't know how you could. Can I get your name and your position here? And she says, no, you got to stop. And then, or something to that effect. And then she immediately grabs my hand, squeezes it. And then when I'm trying to pull away from her, she grabs my camera, tries to take it from me. And then I push her hand back. And then she goes and speaks to the deputies. But she just committed a crime. Like,
Hold on. Let me throw my 2 cents in on that too. So, and also welcome, Weed Skador. Good to see you again. So, all right, here we go again with the lies and the false narrative building and the nonsense. First of all, let's break this down logically, because he's not the only one that uses this excuse. I hear it a lot from these morons. Well, she said, how may I help you? So I said, well, what's your name and title? Because I don't know if she could help me. But let's break that down logically, okay? You walk into a store and somebody comes up to you and says, may I help you? And you say, oh, I'm looking for stereo equipment. Maybe they're not the person who sells stereo equipment, but they don't have to identify themselves as the stereo equipment person. They say, may I help you? I need stereo. Oh, well, you need to go to aisle 7. Oh, okay, thank you. Because that's where the stereo equipment is, right? Like, if they work in the building, they're asking, may I help you? Because they know whatever you're looking for, where to guide you. But they always use the excuse, well, if you don't tell me who you are and what you do here, maybe you're not the person I need. Well, how are we supposed to know who you need if you won't tell us any information? Well, I have the right not to tell you any information. Okay, but what does that have to do with the business you came into this office to conduct? Well, me instigating a negative reaction from you is my business. Like, duh. And then they always try to sell it, and their fans eat it up as always. Like, the negative reaction is this big, horrible, terrible thing. And yet they are also selling the idea that they're making a story. The negative interaction is the story. Like, that's the whole. If they just walked in the building and nothing happened, there would be nothing. They would have nothing. They have to instigate. Or, I'm done. I'm going to put this idiot back on and let him dig his own hole.
and I tried to tell the deputies, like, hey, listen, this woman just assaulted me and tried to steal my phone. Like, she won't. I asked her, what's your name? She won't tell me. Deputies aren't helping me, so I'm asking you, Lieutenant, if you can help me with what's going on here, because that's completely unacceptable. Like, I'm not one to run to the police for any little thing, but the entitlement on her for her to think that she can do that. If I did that to her, or you, or anyone else here, you guys would have me on the ground and I'd be in cuffs. And it's all recorded what she did. So
another lie.
I want her arrested. I want her arrested for breaking the law. She broke the law.
I can't arrest her off of the Clark decision. It was outside my presence.
What do you mean? I have video evidence, sir.
Yes, but I have to visibly see her do that.
You have to visibly see her assault me and try and take my things, or she can't be arrested.
Off of misdemeanor charges, that's correct.
What do you mean? I have video evidence.
The Clark decision, which is a Supreme Court decision
In the state of Idaho?
in the Supreme Court of the United States of America, says that any misdemeanor outside the presence of law enforcement cannot be physically arrested.
That's not true. That's not true. That is not true. Misdemeanors happen outside the view of law enforcement all the time, sir.
Physically take them into custody. And that's what you want.
Write her a ticket. Do whatever you need to do. I don't know what. There's no way you could just get it. There's no way the Supreme Court says you could just get away with law.
What I'm saying. You want her arrested. When someone says they want them arrested, do you want her physically arrested? Or do you want
I want her
to
arrested. I don't know what you need to do to arrest her.
I need you to do a written statement for me.
Yeah.
I need you to provide the evidence that you have out
the
there.
video evidence that shows her assaulting me and attempting to deprive me of my property. Yeah.
So that's what I need. So if you're willing to give me the video evidence and do a written statement, then we can proceed through the process of trying to see if the prosecutor will file charges on her.
So you're telling me without you seeing her assaulting me, even though you're about to see it on camera, you're about to see a video of her assaulting me and trying to take my property.
Idaho Supreme Court.
There is nothing that you can do to her other than submit a warrant to submit my sworn statement to a prosecutor.
This Clark decision says even domestic batteries, which is a pretty severe crime, correct?
I would agree, yeah.
If it happens outside our presence and there's no serious injuries, we cannot physically arrest someone. We have to.
It's ridiculous.
It's on
video. It's
no
on video.
serious
You're
injuries
on video.
Let's say at the high school, we have a battery happen at the high school. Someone is assaulted at the high school. It's on camera because they have video cameras at the high school.
You couldn't arrest the
We could
person.
not physically arrest them. We'd have to submit it to the prosecutor for a summons to court.
Wow. Well, whatever process needs to get done, that's the process that I want to take. Because she can't just get away with acting like that.
I'm trying to educate you on the process that the Supreme Court kind of tied our hands quite a bit.
Yes, he's educating the frauditor.
I just think I really believe that if I would have done this to her and she would have came up to you crying and saying that I did this, you would have arrested me. But
for what?
I would not. I can only speak for myself and my department that we would not physically arrest you.
Yeah. Do you have? Is there somebody above you that's here that I could speak to and confirm what you're telling me?
See if the captain or chief are in.
All right. Thank you, Lieutenant.
What's your name?
My name's Sean.
Sean.
That's insane. We all know that if I did what she did to me,
we don't.
Outside of a presence of a police
other than
officer
your
or not,
false narrative,
I'd be not only in handcuffs, I'd be
no,
on
you
the
wouldn't.
ground.
No, you wouldn't. No, you would not.
Insane.
That's a lie. You're just making that up.
Public servants and government officials can get away
you
with.
You do. Wait. I gotta.
I'm not familiar with the.
All right, hold on a second. Wait a minute. Hold on. See, this is another thing that so many frauditors do, right? They love to say that, well, if I did this or if I did that, I'd be on the ground and you'd be putting me in handcuffs and beating me and this and that and blah, 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 blah. And yet, this is what they do. They make videos every day. And we, as a community, just wish and hope and every once in a while we'll get a good arrest video. But what that means is that 80 to 90% of the time, none of those things happen. And yet they always say, wait till I go back at the end and show you what she actually did. If he did that to her, she would probably go, oh, excuse me, sir. And then he'd say, oh, I'm sorry. And then that would be it. He wouldn't be on the ground in handcuffs. But he's telling his audience that, and they believe it because he said it. These fans are just as bad, if not worse, than the frauditors themselves, because their supporters not only eat this crap up, but they believe it. They truly believe that if you're walking down the street and a cop sees you, you're dead. That's it. It's over. Forget it. And yet these frauditors do it every single day, and that never happens. Maybe once in a while they might get arrested, but they usually end up getting let go within 24 out of 48 hours. So where's this big, horrible, evil, rotten tyranny that they're fighting against? It's not here because they see it every day and it never happens the way they describe it. Never. Idiots on parade.
Supreme Court case that he's citing. Have to look into that.
Chief, it's just wrapping something up.
All right, no problem.
Do you think you need more than one statement form, two statement forms?
No, I think one should be.
Okay.
One
you
should
need
be.
a pen, or you want to take that home, or what?
No, I'm gonna fill it out here. I'm gonna fill it out here.
I've told her name is Danielle Wooten.
Danielle
Wooten?
Wooten.
Wooten, like the street here, Blackfoot. Are you from Blackfoot?
Wooten. No, I'm not from Blackfoot.
WOOTON.
Hold on a second. I'm sorry. I had to stop this again because I just noticed this. Apparently, we have a Frauditor fan in the house. If Sean's so wrong, makes sense. One would wonder why he won his case in court. To go to his channel to see for yourself. Okay, so first of all, the court case you're talking about has absolutely nothing to do with this. That was in Illinois, and this is somewhere completely different. That was in Berwyn. So they're completely unrelated. Second, if you do 500 audits and one time you get something right, oh, you're always right about everything and you've never told a lie in your whole entire life because one time you won a court case. Yeah, that's logical. That makes sense. Either that or you're as dumb as a pile of rocks, which means you're almost as dumb as Long Island Audit. But whatever. Here we go.
Sir, I understand you want to meet with me.
Hi, are you the chief, sir?
I am.
Oh
And your
boy,
name,
here
sir?
we go. Hold on.
My name is Sean, sir.
Okay, so what you're saying then, Dreamland, is that if somebody lies, that makes it okay for you to lie. So since other people rob banks, does that make it okay for you to rob banks? Because there have been a history of corrupt politicians that it's okay for you to be corrupt. Does that mean that if somebody shoots himself in the face, you should shoot yourself in the face because other people have done it too? Like, oh, cops lie. Yeah, well, you know who lies all the time? Like, professionally? Long Island Audit. That's his job. He films people and lies to his fans about what's going on in the video. All you have to do is watch the video, and you will see that none of the things he's saying are accurate, ever. I've covered him 100 times, and he always, always, always lies. All frauditors lie. As the great Schrodinger's cat always used to say, you have to lie to fraud it. Well, but cops lie, so that makes it okay for them to lie. That's a good thing to just pile bad on top of bad with more bad and just like turn it all into hate and make everyone just kill each other until there's nobody left. Great idea. Can't wait to live in your society, asshat.
I'm an independent journalist. I'm in the county gathering some content for a story. I was in the publicly accessible areas of the building here when a woman approached me and she asked me if she can help me. I said, well, who are you? I don't know who you are, if you can help me or not. She says, I work here. I was like, in what capacity? What's your name? Same way I identify myself to you and you did to me, professionalism. She's
All right, dag nabbit. Listen. What did you say? What public serpents? That's hilarious. Ha, ha, ha. Okay, so you came on Sovereign Soul Unchained Minds channel. Yes, I did. And we have the right to video our public serpents. It's in the DHS memo. Okay. And what? So what's your point? Well, we can do it. It's legal, right? So what does that have to do with anything that I'm talking about on any level? I've never had anyone actually be able to explain that to me. It's like, it's legal. Yeah. It is legal. Okay. So what? Why am I saying he's a frauditor? Well, why don't you stay tuned and see this big, horrible, rotten, evil, terrible, tyrannical, brutal assault? Because I'm going to show it at the end. And you're going to see why he's a frauditor. Plus the fact that he just like makes this random stuff up, right? And like, oh, well, I'm here filming a story. Well, guess what? They always say that, but here's the thing. The police interaction is the story. That is the story. So if he doesn't cause a police interaction, he doesn't have a story that he specifically says that he came there to film. Do you care what those in service are doing to the public? Well, nobody really knows based on these videos what they're doing, because the way they act when you're in there giving them a hard time is not the way they act with normal people. See, that's the problem. It's like, well, I'm filming this to show you how these public servants, in a frauditor's definition, slaves, which slavery is illegal in this country, believe it or not. Just because they work for the government doesn't mean they're your personal slave, but frauditors seem to think that that's the case. So when you walk into a building and they say, may I help you? They don't act the way that these frauditors show them acting. That's the narrative that they try to sell us, is that that's how they act, but it's not. How do I know? Because I'm a human and I've been into contact with other humans in public and private capacities on many occasions. I've been to city halls. I've been to courts. I've been to these places. And what happens is you walk in, they say, may I help you? You say, yeah, I came here to get these records, or I came here to do a FOIA request, or I came here to get this paperwork done, or I came here to do this. And they'll either take care of it for you, or they will tell you what you need to do to get it taken care of. You say, thank you and have a nice day, right? But if you come in there and say, hi, may I help you? And you say, you can't help me. I have a right to film you, so shut up. Here's my camera. You can't do nothing. Of course, they're not going to act the way they would normally act. The idea that I just want an organic reaction and I don't want anything I say or do to create a reaction or to any way influence a reaction. The fact that you refuse to answer any of their questions does influence the way they're going to act. The fact that you won't tell them why you're there or what you're doing does influence the way they react. They're reacting the way they are because of the way these frauditors act. It's not the camera. It's the person holding it. It's not the camera. That's why when you said, well, the DHS memo says it's legal to film. It's not the camera. It's the person holding it. It's never the camera. It's always the person holding it. Oh, I don't like to be filmed. Oh, I'm sorry. I won't film you. Not, well, I have the right to film you, so screw you. I'm going to shove the camera in your face anyway, even more so because you asked me not to. How does that not influence the way that they behave? How is that a fair representation of the way they treat the general public? It's not, because the general public doesn't do that. Only frauditors do that. What?
He said, yeah, no, can I help you or not? And I was like, well, no, obviously, then you cannot help me, ma'am. And she says, well, you need to stop, or something to that effect. And she grabs my hand, recording, I would assume. And she grabs my hand, squeezes my hand. We wrestle over my phone. She takes her other hand to try and grab her phone out of my hand. I put my hand like this to stop it. I've actually pushed her hand out of the way to like block.
I'm sorry, but here, I got another thing I just saw in the comments. Look at this. There's cameras everywhere. What's the difference? Okay. So since you obviously do not have the capacity for rational thought, let me explain to you what the difference is. Okay? And maybe because you mentioned the actually very nice discussion I had on another channel discussing these issues. So I'm going to back off for a second because I thought you were trolling me. So I'm going to back off for a second and assume that you're actually like legitimately asking the question. All right? So I'm legitimately going to answer it. All right? Security cameras record what's going on in the building so that if there's like a robbery or an assault or a theft or something bad happens, they can go back and look at the footage to see if they can find anything wrong or what happened or who did it. That's why security cameras exist. You, with your phone, filming random people, they, especially because you will not tell them why you're filming, they never will say what they're doing. They'll say, I'm working on a story. Well, what's your story? I'm not going to tell you. So how do they know? You could say this is not what they're doing, but how do they know that you're not filming it because you want to use that footage to figure out where to plant a bomb? How do they know that you're not filming the women so that you could go home and have a party in your bathroom? Like, there's a huge difference between your personal camera that you get to take home and do whatever you want with the footage. Maybe the personal information that my camera can't pick up, maybe you could get it on your computer and zoom in. Maybe you could find out people's personal private information. Security cameras don't do that. Have you ever realistically, you could look it up on YouTube. Obviously, you know how to use YouTube because you're here. Look at security camera footage. It's horrible. It's like Bigfoot footage. It's out of focus. It's taken from far away. It's bad angles. It's completely different than having a $5,000 high definition camera where you could zoom in and come on, man. It's completely different. They're not related even that much. Anyway, the whole point is to listen to him tell the story, and then I'm going to go back and show what actually happened, that he keeps complaining about this horrible, brutal, tyrannical assault and attempted theft and all this other nonsense that he's spinning.
Her from continue to try and take my phone from me. She brushes past me, goes up to the deputies here at the front of the entrance here, says something to them. I don't know. I didn't chase after her or anything. I wasn't caught up to her. And I told the deputies that I wanted her arrested. She cannot. There's no way she's going to. I'm not a big, it's not that big of a deal if she would have apologized or something, or if I'm usually like an apology guy, but the animus that she had for me in her face and the audacity that she could just come up to, I wasn't being disrespectful to her. I wasn't, doing anything wrong to her. Just the same way I'm treating with respect. I treat every single person I come in contact with respect. But for her to treat me that way and her to do that, it's completely unacceptable. So I told the deputies I wanted to press charges. They referred me here. But your lieutenant is saying that she cannot be arrested because it didn't happen in front of his eyes, even though I have it on video.
It's kind of an interesting thing that police departments in the state of Idaho have been dealing with since 2019.
Okay. I don't know.
Idaho Supreme Court decision called State versus Clark.
Okay.
Never heard of that?
No, never heard of State versus Clark.
Any misdemeanor offense.
I will look it up after this. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Like I said, it's been an interesting struggle for police officers across the state for years. But any misdemeanor offense that does not happen in a police officer's presence, we cannot affect a physical arrest. And what I mean is put them in handcuffs, take them back to jail. Now, there are things you can do around that, as far as take the report, submit to prosecution, summons to get them into court, go the route of a warrant that has to be testified for in front of a judge, at which point in time they can issue an arrest warrant.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that is something that we have to deal with on a daily basis.
So
now,
in Idaho,
could I?
Gotcha. That's insane. Yeah. That's insane. But because even if it's on video, it's like you are technically seeing it.
True.
It's literally
true.
You are technically seeing it. But
that's.
So would I be able to go to the prosecutor or go to a judge and sign a sworn affidavit for her arrest?
No.
I don't see why not. I mean,
hold on. Let me get
it's gonna. I
couple
understand,
things that I need to catch up with now, because I've just been harping on this other stuff. All right, so Grandma Wolf, welcome, by the way. Didn't see you. Binary Tools. It's not that he doesn't want to file a report. It's that he wants the police to arrest this woman right now, immediately, due to her vicious, brutal, tyrannical assault and the fact that she tried to steal his phone. And I did this very much on purpose. Good morning, Joshua. So you got perfect timing because I'm sort of laying the groundwork for what we're watching. So right now, Long Island Audit is explaining to these cops how he was viciously assaulted by a woman who tried to steal his phone. But I purposely went out of my way at the beginning not to show the assault so that we could hear his version of the story first and then go back and look at what actually happened. And again, right now, he's not, talking about not wanting to file a report. He's saying he wants her arrested, put in cuffs, locked up immediately due to this horrible, terrible assault. But anyway, Christina Probst, good to see you. Rosalind, good to see you. Peck, welcome. Just all the people I didn't say hello to before. And Dreamland escaped the chains. When they first came in here, I was kind of taking what they were saying as a troll, but now I'm starting to realize that this is a person that is actually trying to have a discussion. So mods, don't get crazy. Unclean Hands, good to see you. Good morning. News Now Enemy. Hello. Again, quick little wrap up. If you didn't see it already, I'm watching the new Long Island Audit video where he's explaining to the cops how he was viciously and brutally assaulted by a horrible, evil woman that tried to steal his phone. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to go back and show the alleged assault. So let's get back into it.
So I need
We
to.
would have to jump through the hoops of actually taking a statement.
Yeah, which is what I'm filling out right now.
We'd have to download any video that you have to support that evidence.
Yeah.
Contact the prosecutor's office and see if they have the time to do it.
Yeah.
Which
is the prosecutor's office in this building? Okay.
It's just a matter of jumping through a few hoops.
Okay, great. Well, she needs to be held accountable. Like I said, I've had people. Danielle Wooten, I was told her name is.
Was this here at the front door?
This was here by the GIS survey area. Yeah, I was told her name's Danielle Wooten. I'm not really. I have no idea,
I
but
believe she's works for the sheriff's office. But...
Oh, okay, yeah. So I have no idea, but just the audacity, really, and the entitlement to think that she could just do that to somebody, like it really irks me because I go around the country and I report on government, corruption, what's going on in law enforcement. I'm a big supporter of law enforcement. I've done, I've done trainings.
Oh no.
I've led trainings at police departments before, First Amendment trainings, de-escalation. So I work with police departments in order to bridge the gap between the public and law enforcement, because as it's not that, you're pretty divided from the public at this time. But for her to do something like that, she has to be held accountable for that, because I would be held, I'm a big believer in accountability. So if I'm held accountable, and that's my major problem, even though I do support law enforcement that, does their job, my major problem is accountability in our government, because there's too many law
enforcement. How about accountability for
individuals that, they make the laws and they enforce the laws, but the laws more times than not don't apply to them.
Sean, what's going to happen from here is, like I said, fill out your statement. Like anything, please try to stay very neutral in this.
Mm-hmm.
Two sides to every story theory.
And then the camera.
We'll talk to her. We'll get your evidence. We'll have your statement. And
hello, VW Dark Soul.
I'd like to speak to him.
It's going to be up to the prosecuting attorney. He's an elected official, and he's the one that makes decisions in these matters.
Great.
So.
Well, it's good that he's elected, because he can be held accountable then if he makes the wrong decisions. So, all right, I'll fill this out. Can I actually I'm going to take this other one because I didn't know her name. I put unknown, so I'm going to put, now I know her name. I'm going to fill this out, and if we could just, if I could speak to a prosecutor and we can, whatever I need to do to hold her accountable. All right. Thank you, Chief.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Which officer was helping you? Do you know?
It was a lieutenant. I forgot his name. Lieutenant. The one that came and got you.
We actually had someone that was calling in to actually take the report to facilitate this. So
okay.
we'll find out if he's going to finish it up, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Do I can write this, or should I?
It has to be written.
Okay, great.
That's a statement from you about the events that happened.
Okay, perfect.
In the meantime, I want someone to talk to her.
I could also do the video on like a Google Drive and make a link and then email it, and that way.
Also, another thing that I wanted to point out, look at that tyranny. Look at that. Just look at that guy standing. How dare he? Like, talk about tyranny. You would think, like, like I always thought that tyranny would be like, right now he'd be beating him over the head with a nightstick and putting him in the hospital. But I guess in the 21st century, tyranny is someone standing. Look at him. How dare he do that standing and helping him fill out his paperwork and explaining him how. How dare he? What a horrible public servant, tyrant, evil man this is, actually giving him the information he's asking for and trying to help him. How dare he? Public servants are another word for slaves. You're supposed to bend over and let them give it to you. That's your job when you're a public servant, because I pay your salary and you do what I say, mister. Rawr. Horrible, evil, rotten, no good cop. Look at him just standing there, not killing anybody or beating anybody. How dare he?
You guys can just download it right from there, okay?
Perfect.
Yep. Thanks, Chief.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Can I sign this now, or does it have to be in front of you? Or
You can sign.
Okay.
Sign date. What we usually have you do is draw a line through the rest of the
empty space?
empty space, so you can't say I wrote.
Okay.
Your penmanship's a lot better than mine.
I tried. I did the best I could.
You sign it and did it. I can shred that.
Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing on there.
I mean, I'm sure Chief Croft told you the same.
He did.
Other
He
than
explained to me.
I misspoke by it's an Idaho case law, not a.
Yeah, that's what honestly, that's what threw me off, because I was like, "There's no way that's."
Well, I said it. State of
it is
Idaho.
this. It's the
And then
Supreme Court.
and I was like, wait a minute, am I? So
It is
no,
the Supreme
is-
Court, but it's the Supreme Court of Idaho.
And I can tell you, we as law enforcement want it changed, or
I'm sure.
because
I mean,
it
it
ties our hands.
ties your hands from doing your job.
And like
I
was
could get
explaining,
that.
Domestic batteries or
Yeah, that's horrible.
Not that yours
Yeah.
isn't bad, but
No, I get it.
so the chief said something about sharing the video off of a Google Drive.
Yeah, I'm gonna download.
All right. So what I'm going to do now, because this is just more and more and more of the same thing. So for those of you who've never seen this video before, I showed you him telling the cops about this horrible, brutal assault he received at the hands of a tyrannical public servant who tried to steal his camera. And now, let's go back to the beginning of the video and show this horrible, rotten, terrible assault. And I'm going to show it a couple times, and I'm going to even maybe put it on half speed so you could get a good look at just how terrible this tyrannical, evil person treated him. Where do you guys see this tyranny?
Who are you?
I work here. Who are you?
And your name and what capacity do you work here?
May I help you find a place, a department?
I don't know who you are, ma'am.
May I help you find a place, a department?
I guess not,
Let's
because
go out here.
I guess not because you don't. Whoa, wait.
Whoa! Oh my God! Oh my God! Is he bleeding? Does he have to go to the hospital? Holy crap! I can't believe she did that to him. Let's watch that again. Oh, that's so terrible. Oh my God! She should go to prison for that. Let's see.
Who are you?
Let's watch that
I
again.
work here. Who are you?
And your name and what capacity do you work here?
May I help you find a place, a department?
I don't know who you are, ma'am.
May I help you find a place, a department?
I guess not
Let's
because
go out here.
I guess not because you don't.
Oh
What
my
are
God!
you grabbing
Oh
me
my
for?
God!
What are you
Oh,
grabbing
oh,
me
oh,
for?
Oh my God!
What is
Oh my
wrong?
God! Oh, that's so horrible. Oh my God. Oh my God. She should be put in chains and sent to the depths of hell in Hades for what she just did. Can you believe what you're seeing? Look, I'm going to play it again. This time I'm going to play it at a slower speed so you guys could really get a good look at how horrible this assault was and how terrible this person was. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. Watch this. Oh no. It's so astoundingly evil the way she behaved right there. Hold on, let me get right to it. Check this out.
Your name and what capacity do you work here?
May I help you find a place, a department?
I don't know who you are, ma'am.
May I help you find a place, a department?
I guess not
Let's
because.
go out.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Check it out. Check it out.
I guess not because you don't. Whoa! What are you grabbing?
Oh my God!
for?
Oh my God!
What are you
Oh my
grabbing?
God! She needs to be locked up in chains for at least 30, 40 years. I mean, that was such insane brutality. Can you believe what you just witnessed, ladies and gentlemen? Can you believe the sheer audacity, the brutality, the horrible evil oozing from every pore of her being? That was insane. I can't believe she did that to the poor guy. I mean, I wonder how many months he's going to be in the hospital. Maybe he's going to be in a coma after that. What a horrible, horrible, evil tyrant she is. Wow. Yeah, we need to start a crowdfund for his medical bills after that. That was such a brutal assault. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Anyway, she's obviously, gonna have to pay dearly for that. I'm figuring when this is all said and done, she's probably gonna get a good 15 years hard labor. Um, Maybe, I don't know if they have the death penalty out there, but she definitely earned it after that. I mean, the sheer tyranny and brutality of that assault was amazing. It's ridiculous to see that sort of thing. Um, but yeah, I mean, it is true when you're a guy like that, having a woman touch you probably is a great shock, and not at all the sort of thing you'd want to deal with on any level. I don't know. These guys just have a wait, hold on. Sorry guys, I gotta let my dog out real quick. She's telling me she's gotta pee. I'll be right back. Let me put something on for you in the meantime here. Dag nabbit. This will just be something while I'm getting the dog. It'll just take a second. I'll just put on a random video of mine here. Sorry. Yeah.
In Newcastle sits alone watching YouTube videos on his computer when suddenly he hears an all too familiar cry for help.
There is no expectation of privacy in public.
There's no need to fear. Hezokuai is here.
Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the following footage of cops being awesome.
Okay. Are you the owner?
I'm the owner of the building.
Okay.
And I just wondered why they were, my tenants were uncomfortable, so I came
I'm
down
gonna
to
move
ask
out
them
of the
what
way
they were
here.
filming. But Kelly would very much like to talk to you.
Yeah. No, these are probably just guys that just like to film and
Well,
push
I'm not
push
very
people's
interested.
buttons.
I'm talking. I know what you're doing. I know what you're trying to do. You were rubbing the hose earlier. I get it.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Because I know what you're doing. You're going around. You're doing an audit. I get it.
Is it?
Yeah,
If that's what you think it is, then that's your opinion.
No,
I'm
that's
here.
factual.
I'm here taking pictures of videos. You don't have to be an auditor, whatever that means.
This here also gives us an organic reaction. If we're just walking around recording and somebody calls you guys and you guys, hey, we got a call, we got to come. I get that. So you come.
Isn't that kind of the problem here that you're
No, it's not.
several different
Go ahead.
parts? And I'm a man with one hand. Right, you said it.
Yeah, I want an organic reaction.
Like you said.
It's
your,
not.
Your
That's not.
intent was to get a reaction.
My intent is to walk around and take pictures in public. And if somebody reacts to my camera, I want an organic reaction. I don't want to call them ahead and let them know, hey, I'm coming by and I'm going to be taking some pictures of the building and things like that.
Your intent was to get a reaction.
An organic reaction.
Well, you can call it whatever kind of
An organic reaction. It's called an organic reaction.
You couldn't agree that sometimes this could be construed as looking for a reaction, like you said you're looking.
No, I wouldn't agree because actually the MCL for harassment in Michigan clearly. I understand that. But what I'm saying is who the.
I'm a mental. Really? You're calling me a mental patient?
I'm calling you a mental patient. You need help. Okay.
Do you think that's how the chief of police should be talking to citizens?
That's exactly how I'm talking to you. You're irrational, and you're not acting anywhere near close to normal.
Okay.
So why don't you just leave and do yourself a favor and do us all a favor? That's all.
I'm conducting my
You're coming
business.
here for trouble.
I'm not your bro.
You're coming here for trouble.
No, you're the one looking for trouble. Why don't you take notes from the sergeant? He's actually been respectful to me. He's been professional. Dude, you're over here threatening me. You're threatening me unlawfully. You're giving me unlawful directives.
I'm being honest and direct with you. You're being irrational.
No, you are.
And you're here for trouble.
No, you are. No, that's what you're doing. You're harassing me. So can you please leave me alone?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey man,
How you doing?
how you doing?
I'm doing great.
How you
I'm
doing?
doing really good. I'm
All right.
superb.
Just don't touch me, man.
Oh,
You know, with COVID and everything.
I was raised with Italian, so it was.
No, I know.
Always touching.
You're just a friendly, healthy guy, right?
Yeah, I've actually had contact with you
I know.
before. You're the super angry
But
guy.
this guy comes up and starts throwing his body on me, telling me I'm on his property, and this is obviously a public easement. So
Yeah, I know you guys are like looking to start trouble and stuff.
no,
but
not really,
it
man.
freaks people out. That's
We
all.
would hope people would respect our rights. What do you mean?
I just
You
said
know,
what I meant.
I would hope that you
I
would
just said
respect
what
the
I meant
fact
exactly.
that you would come and
I
educate
just said
them,
what I
right?
meant exactly.
I know,
I
right?
said that people get freaked out
I like
by
this
you.
guy, dude.
I know who you are. They don't know who you are.
Yeah, but
So,
why would you
you
get
know.
freaked out of a camera?
I'm not freaked out. I'm good, brother. You're being recorded too. We record each other.
Where's your camera at?
Oh, I don't have a camera.
Why not?
Well, because they don't issue me.
Where's your audio then?
Got it right here in my pocket.
Why is it in your pocket though?
Because that's where I play.
Is that the concealed recording device?
Oh, concealed.
Oh.
Let me ask you a question. Do you know what constitutes a concealed device? Is it illegal to record persons?
It's illegal to
It
eavesdrop.
certainly is not.
It's illegal to record a conversation without the other person knowing.
That would be in a private setting.
Ah,
in a public setting.
that's
But
right,
That's
that's
good.
right.
You're doing your homework. I like that. I like that. I like that. Hey, at least you're not cursing me out this time. Last time you spent a lot. You actually took my video down.
What do you mean?
I liked your guys's. I liked your guys's.
Who's your guys's? Who are you talking to?
That Cold Stone.
Yeah, that's not
that.
me.
Like
That's
that
not
thing.
me.
Huh. I'm pretty sure it was.
No, I'm not
But you
Cold
guys took my
Stone.
thing down.
I'm not Cold Stone anything. What are you
someone
talking
read me
about?
the comments and they're like, "Oh, that cop made you guys look like clowns and all this stuff." It was hilarious.
You took it down? I didn't take mine down.
Someone took it down.
No, you didn't find my video.
Maybe I was
You obviously don't know who I am.
Oh, I don't know.
Sick.
I don't know.
You
Maybe
see?
who knows?
You see?
My
There you
psychic
go.
powers aren't in tune with the universe today. Just do me a favor. Don't have
Do
comments.
me a favor. Go educate them, man. Why don't you go tell them that this is a public easement, man? Do your job.
I tell you what.
Do your job as a public servant, man. Thank you. All right, kick rocks. Go do it.
I'm gonna
Hurry up.
I'm gonna give you a little lesson.
No,
on
I'm going to tell you to go educate these people, man, so they don't come up pushing their body on me and then I have to defend myself.
Okay.
Wouldn't you want to keep people out of jail?
Well, I'd like it better.
Well,
if you
don't
asked
you
me
like
nicely.
to keep the peace, man? Or do you want me to handle my own business next time he comes and puts hands
We'll
on
see
me?
what happens, and we'll see who
Why
goes
don't
to
you go
jail.
educate them, man? What's
Why
wrong
don't
with
you ask
you?
me nicely?
Are you a peace
like
officer
a
or
normal
not?
guy, like a
Do you
normal
like
guy.
making
Just
peace
me
or not,
and you,
dude? Yes
just
or
two
no?
guys kind of have a conversation.
Do you
with
like
each other.
making peace? Yes or no, sir?
I like doing.
Why don't you come up and educate these people properly so they don't come up putting hands on people next time they see somebody?
For sure.
All right, kick rocks. Go do it.
Kick rocks. What does that mean?
That means to start walking, man. Kick rocks.
So basically, that's a rude comment to elicit an angry response.
It's a comment to start kicking rocks, man. To get to your job. Get to your job, man. Hurry up. Come on, move it. It's over there.
See, this is the part where he starts to get angry because I'm not doing what he tells
I'm not angry, man. I'm not angry. That's what you don't understand. Nobody's angry here, man.
It's a malatest. My badge number is 179. He made so many comments, he cussed me out. It's like I saw him on video.
That wasn't me,
and
dude.
then he showed up.
That
I was like,
wasn't me.
oh, it was amazing. Except they were all wearing masks last time.
That wasn't me, you dumb idiot.
He's getting mad. He's getting mad.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Oh, he's kicking me.
Remember, I used my phone to record you. You got so angry.
What?
And my phone
You didn't
was
record
on the back.
me.
He's like, oh, we got your number now. We got your number. I'm like, yeah, man, that's my work number.
Oh, they got your number?
Hilarious. I showed everybody at the station. We had the best time. I had the best time.
Yeah.
I always appreciate you guys because
were you holding your dick while doing it too, or what?
See, he starts getting.
I'm just asking. Maybe you were having a good time. You said you were having a good time. You guys were all having a good time.
The point is,
go show him this one.
It's always entertaining. It's always entertaining.
Yeah, it is, right?
It was.
I know. All
I
right,
always
kick rocks.
appreciate it.
Kick rocks, man. And it wasn't my video, man. You don't even know who I am, man. What a disgrace. Man, what? You're. Wait. Are you a detective?
Do I look like a detective? I'm a patrol.
No,
sergeant.
not really.
I'm a sergeant, brother. I'm a patrol sergeant.
Yeah, barely.
You know that?
Patrol sergeant
Oh,
of patrol.
barely.
Man? That's pretty sad.
Because you know you're the educated.
Well,
guy,
you should be the one educating the other officers that don't know.
You know, this is
But
great.
you're
training.
right here wasting your time now.
This is the best training. I showed them that video over and over and how to
Yeah,
handle you guys.
and then what? You said this is how you handle them. This is how you.
Yeah, just expect things like this. Like food,
This is how you
comments,
handle
writing
these
for yourself.
guys.
And the important thing is to maintain professional.
Oh yeah, that's
and
your
understand
job.
that
That's
you guys-
exact. That's in part.
you're
That's in your
here
detail.
specifically to elicit-
Exactly. That's in your
I'm
detail.
looking-
You should follow
I'm actually
orders.
looking for this. I'll be
You
looking
should
for this
follow
on the-
orders,
on the internet.
man.
I didn't look before someone gave it to me, but I'll be looking for this one for sure.
Yeah, Stone Cold.
Right.
Stone Cold, guys. Go look for Stone
I-
Cold.
I liked your channel on my phone, so I'm gonna have to look into it.
Oh, wow. I like your channel. Wow.
All right. Sorry, guys. I had to take a minute to take care of my doggy dog. So anyway, what's fascinating to me about that clip is that the cop is doing such a great job of trolling him and knows exactly why he's there. Like, he's telling SGV straight up, look, I know you're here to cause trouble, right? And then he starts saying all these horrible things, and it's like, see, that proves I'm right. You're just looking for a problem, and here you are trying to cause one, right? And it's like, well, you're supposed to follow orders. You're supposed to follow orders. And I love that he said that several times, because that brings up a whole nother point. Frauditors love to compare cops to Nazis. Well, all you do is follow orders. But when the guy holding the camera is giving orders, how dare you not follow my orders? Because I'm holding a camera that gives me the power and takes all the power away from everyone else and makes the entire world my slaves. And as bad as it is that they audit the police the way they do, it's not filming the police again. It's not the camera. It's the cameraman. It's not that they audit police. It's not that they audit, public buildings and city halls and all these things. It's when they start auditing normal citizens, where it's like, even those people are supposed to bow down and lick your boots because you have a camera. They call us bootlickers. Their fans are the bootlickers. They're licking their boots because no matter what they say and no matter what they do, no matter how ridiculously insane, stupid, rude, offensive, or terrible it is, they love it. They love it. They laugh. They think SGV is so funny. And to me, SGV is one of the absolute bottom of the barrel, worst of the worst scumbags I've ever seen. This guy is the biggest piece of garbage I could imagine now that Glenn Serio's pretty much out of the picture. Like, first of all, there's the fact that he loves, he adores pepper spraying random citizens. Somebody comes up to him, says, I don't like being filmed. I got a video that I posted, I think 2 weeks ago, where a guy comes up to him and he smacks him in the head with the camera. And I've covered at least 4 videos where he pepper sprays people, if not more. I mean, I've seen more. But the worst was just a couple weeks ago when he got arrested for pepper spraying a woman because he's holding the government accountable and he's educating the people about our freedom and our rights by filming a woman being put in an ambulance. Let me say that again. He's holding the government accountable and educating the general public about their rights by filming a woman that is being taken into an ambulance. And her friend says, please don't film my friend. We don't know what happened, but she's being taken away in an ambulance. Obviously, there's something wrong. And she's just saying, please don't film my friend in her moment of distress. I mean, we don't know why she's in the ambulance. She could have just got beat up. She could have been assaulted. She could be having a heart attack. She could be having a stroke. We don't know what's going on. But because I legally have the right to film, screw you, screw your friend. I don't care what her problem is. I'm going to shove my camera in your face whether you like it or not. So the girl threw leaves at him and he pepper sprayed her and ended up getting arrested for it. So the only thing, and I hope what's his name is still here because this is extremely important. The only thing the general public is learning from frauditors is that they hate frauditors and that frauditors are disgusting. And that when they see an idiot walking around with a camera, they're not thinking, now that's what America's all about. No, they're thinking, oh, no, not another one of these assholes again. Oh, shit. Like, really? They talk about audaciousness. They talk about audacity. Anyway, morning base horseman 99. Just gonna go back and say hello to everybody again, just to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Base horseman, Salacious, News Now, Anime Pack, Roslyn, Dave Perillo. We got ATV Thunder, News Now Enemy, Salacious, iKiss, Dave Perillo, Chris Jackson. Hello, hello. Dogs are bootlicking tyrants. Yes, they are. Dr. H.M. Smitty T. Yes, welcome, everyone. Good to see y'all in here. Love you guys. Edward Coulter there. Dave Perillo again. Yep. Oh, man, just going back through the comments and seeing VW Star, Xerxes, Grandma Wolf. Oh, man. Good to see all you guys. Love you guys so much. You always make my mornings fun. So anyway, back to the details of how we started. For those of you who missed the beginning of the show, I started out, the superfan came out and was, hey, Weed Skador. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Good to see you as always. Roshin. Oh, Roshin. That is an O. Okay. Sorry. Roshin. I appreciate that. Thank you. Our doggies are toe licking tyrants if we're barefoot. Yeah, big time. So anyway, I started the show with a quick little wrap up of the extremely disappointing loss of the Bears to the Green Bay Packers yesterday, which was disgusting. And then to make matters even worse, I showed a video of Long Island Audit being terribly, horribly assaulted by an evil, tyrannical, brutal woman who, touched him. It was the most horrible thing I've ever seen. I don't know how many months he's going to be in the hospital or how many years she's going to get locked up for that. But it was definitely, literally nothing. And then just now I was showing a video just because I had to run and take care of my dog real quick. So I just threw something on so we wouldn't have dead air. And that opened up actually some conversation about how these cops, right, are starting to who died. The Bears last night when they got beat by the Packers. Um, no, Base Horseman, I was talking about how, well, here, I still got it up. So let me go back real quick and show it one more time. Um, Long Island Audit posted a video yesterday where he was assaulted, brutally assaulted by a vicious, horrible, evil tyrant who tried to steal his phone. So, here, just since some people missed it, I'm going to show the assault again. Wait till you see this extremely brutal, vicious assault that he ended up filing a report against her and is trying to have her thrown in jail for this. Wait till you see this. If you haven't seen it, this is breaking news. It's really sad. We don't know if she's going to get like 15 or 20 years for this. We're thinking maybe the death penalty, and he'll probably be in the hospital for a few months. Let's watch this again.
Who are you?
Oh, I got to change the speed to normal again. I'm sorry.
And your name and what capacity do you work here?
May I help you find a place, a department?
I don't know who you are, man.
Okay, get ready. Here it comes.
Find a place, a department.
I guess not. Because
She's so evil. Look at
I
this.
guess not
This is
because
look how
I-
brutal that is.
Whoa, what are you
Oh my
grabbing
god.
for?
Oh
What
my
are you
god. Oh my
grabbing
god. Oh my
me
god.
for?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my
What
god.
is
Can you
wrong?
believe that? Holy cow. Every time I watch it, it makes my blood curdle and the hairs on the back of my neck stand. Oh no. The brutality, the sheer disrespect for humanity. Oh, the humanity. The horror. The horror. If you have a sensitive stomach, please look away. Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh man. So anyway, as you saw, um, she would, she absolutely broke so many laws there and was so vile and vicious to the poor guy. Um, what's funny is that these guys do love to talk about like, good morning, NCR News Network and Gamer 88. They love to talk about how everyone else is a bunch of snowflakes and Karens, and yet if a female woman, actually made physical contact with him, it's never happened to him before. He doesn't know what to do. Oh, you better throw her in jail. Oh. Um, yeah, I would love to see a video of a frauditor getting beaten by the police. Oh, I'm sorry, there aren't any. Gee, I wonder why. Being that the cops are such horrible, evil, rotten, no good, terrible tyrants, and they're like Nazis, and they're tyranny. The police attack people who touch them. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, whenever I've seen. Okay, let me go back. Because this always is a thing with people that are on their side. What's up, the Grand Wazoo? She must be stopped. Think of the children. um, I love it because Dave made this comment just now, a few minutes ago, whatever, and I love it when they say stuff like that because they always try to paint this picture of this world. And I actually had this discussion last week on a panel where I made the point where it's like, you guys paint this picture where like, okay, let me put it this way. All right. I'm 49 years old and I grew up in Chicago on the South Side. And then I moved to Wisconsin and then I moved to Florida. So within that time, I've had a lot of different situations that I've been through in my life. Several of them involved the police. I'm by no means somebody who's lived my entire life as a complete saint. I've done things that were not necessarily legal. When I was younger and stupid, kids do stupid stuff. And I've had bad interactions with the police. I have. So I do know and I do understand that there are situations in which the police act badly. And if you show me one of those, I will be more than happy to acknowledge it. The problem I have is one, the picture you paint of the world is that, or the picture that the frauditors paint of the world is that if I walk out this door right now, I'm going to immediately be tackled and beaten and possibly shot by the cops just because that's what cops do. That's something I've never experienced. Even in the worst experience I've ever had with cops, I've never been through anything even remotely, even vaguely similar to something like that. Again, are there bad cops who do bad things? Yes, of course. I'm not going to say there aren't. But the frauditors and the sovereign citizens as well, they make it seem like the cops are just. Okay, I'll give you a great example. A great example. I love this. So this NC Tyrant Hunter, right? He goes to private businesses, not public buildings, not public employees, just random businesses. And he parks his camera out in front and waits until someone comes out and then swears at them and yells at them and curses at them and insults them and threatens them and gives them the bam with the finger until they call the cops. Every time. That's what he does. If you don't believe me, watch any one of his videos, and that is exactly what will happen because that's what he does. And then when the cops come, he'll say, every time you call the cops, what you're doing, this is what he'll tell the people who called the police, right? He'll say, every time you call the police, you're putting me in a position where men with guns are going to try to shoot me. And yet, every single video he posts, the cops come. He hasn't been beaten yet. He hasn't been shot yet. He hasn't been killed yet. If every time the cops come, that's what's going to happen, how come it literally never happened to you? They come every single day when you go out there and do your thing until the cops are called. The cops are called. They show up, and none of the things that you always say that they always do ever happen. So, how are we? Why do your fans believe the narrative when all you got to do is watch the video? And that's always been my biggest, most insane beef. And he has been attacked and arrested by the police. Okay. So how many times has he been shot by the cops? Because that's what he always says. Every time you call the cops, there's a chance I might get shot. And if he got arrested, he probably deserved it. Because looking at the way he acts in his videos, it's really difficult to say that he doesn't deserve it. Right? And so I don't know. I'd have to see that video, but I can't imagine him, of all people, being completely innocent and not having done anything to deserve to have any sort of a reaction. Because he fishes for that every day. That's his job. And then, okay, acting like an ass in legal. Oh boy, here we go again. That's what the circular arguments, right? But it's legal. I could say what I want. But it's legal. I could do what I want. Yes, it is legal. Nobody's making the argument that it isn't. The argument is that you're building a false narrative. You're increasing whatever little bit of hatred for the cops that existed before these guys came around. All they're doing is throwing gas on the fire and fueling it intentionally on purpose because it's legal. Don't you get it? Don't you get it? When people make the excuse that what they're doing is legal, that's the whole point. That's why they do it, because they found a loophole that allows them to get paid. They found a loophole that allows them to get paid. They found a loophole in the law that allows them to get paid for being a professional asshole and sell it as the modern civil rights movement. Bullshit. It's the modern I want to make money movement. That's all it is. And that's all it ever will be. There are a couple people who believe in what they're doing, but most of them don't. The Grand Wazoo's going to St. Alfonso's pancake breakfast. St. Alfonso's pancake breakfast. I love that. I hope you're still here to hear. I knew the Grand Wazoo was a reference to Zappa, and now that just confirms my suspicions. Because, watch out where the Huskies go, and don't you eat that yellow snow. The purpose is the test of the police. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right. So, here, let me show you something. Since you're going to tell me that the reason they do it is to test the police, which in and of itself is stupid. But here, let's just see an example of what you're talking about. Here, let's see. I'm just going to show you this real quick. Since you want to say that the reason they do what they do is to test the police. First of all, let's go back for a second to the whole testing the police thing. Okay. So, you're a cop, and somebody calls the cops because somebody's lurking around with the camera looking suspicious, and they don't know what's going on because they won't answer questions. So, of course, they don't know what's going on. So now you have to go to that. Now, obviously, you would hope if there's some sort of real crime going on, like a violent crime or something, they would get called away. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to see how much patience this guy has for verbal insults by wasting taxpayer dollars, by making them waste their time arguing with me, to test them to see if they do what? Exactly. Well, to see if they handle me being a jerk. Okay. And what does that prove? What does that do? How does you testing the police to see if they'll let you be a dick have anything to do with my rights and my freedom? Well, it shows if they're good or bad. What does that have to do with anyone in this chat room's rights or freedoms? On any level. Well, this cop passed the test. Guess what? They never pass. Because if they ask you for your ID, you're going to say they violated your rights just by asking you the question. He could be the nicest guy in the world. He could be the most polite guy in the world. He could be the best cop who's ever been a cop. The second he says, may I see your ID? As far as you're concerned, he violated your rights. He's a piece of crap. He's a tyrant. He needs to get demoted or fired. So what? I talked to DirectD once. I interviewed him on this channel. And he said that if they can't handle me talking trash, how are they supposed to handle a real criminal? So I'm testing them to see if they can handle that. Well, believe it or not, I know this might sound completely insane to people who don't really have a mind. Take it easy, base horseman. But when the police come out and say and do the things that they do, right? They're not doing it to violate your rights. They're not doing it because it's some big control drama or whatever. The frauditors are the ones who have the control issues, because the second they see the cop, the first words out of their mouth are name and badge number. Why? Well, because technically, in a lot of jurisdictions, they have to give you their name and badge number upon request. Okay, I understand that rule. But why do you ask them that? Because it's a rule? Well, not filming in a post office is a rule, but you don't care about that one. Not trespassing is a rule, but you don't care about that one. But the police have to identify themselves as a rule, so now that's everything. No, it isn't. It's not. It's about control. You immediately are trying to take control of the conversation by immediately demanding that they give you their name and badge number. And I want to show you guys this real quick. My boy just woke up. Look at his t-shirt. Come here, boy. I want my fans to see your shirt. Look at this. He's tired. He just woke up. He doesn't know what's going on. Anyway, I wanted to show you this because somebody was saying that the whole thing about testing the cops is the whole purpose of what they do. So I just want to show you this little clip to give you an idea of why they do what they do. So in case you don't understand or you still doubt the reality of what's going on here with these frauditors. Let's see. Here's the real reason auditors audit. And here's some evidence of that. Check this out. Hey guys, this one's going to be real short. Just a couple fast clips of Silence Boy educating everyone as to why auditors audit.
ATM haters, I love you haters. Keep watching my videos. Haters. Haters. So this is what I make in one video. Oh yeah, haters, keep watching my videos. Every day I go up. Appreciate the support from my subscribers and supporters.
There it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The reason auditors audit. Here's the deal, okay, with the ID thing. Let me ask you something. And for the people that are in here that are Frauditor fans, I want you to seriously, legitimately try to answer this question for me, okay? I'm not being facetious. I'm seriously asking for an answer, okay? If you go on YouTube right now and search ID refusal videos, you will get thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of matches. There are tons and tons and tons of videos where cops ask for ID and the person they're asking, the auditor that they're asking, refuses to identify themselves. Now, my point is, if these cops are tyrants, if what they're doing is so horribly awful and terrible, how could there possibly be so many ID refusal videos? Because if the cops were bad and they were going after these people and trying to do all these terrible, tyrannical things to them and violate their rights, wouldn't they get the ID by hook and by crook? How is it even possible for an ID refusal video to exist at all if these cops are doing all these horrible, terrible things to get the IDs? Wouldn't the cops get them? And if you don't give it to them, beat you until they force you into submission and take your ID by force? But that doesn't happen. What happens is, I left without my ID. I didn't show my ID. Haha. So how is that big, horrible, evil, tyrannical police if the ID refusal actually exists? How is it even possible for that to exist? The question is, if the police are violating your rights by simply asking for an ID, how are ID refusals even possible? Also, on the same note, would the police do the walk of shame? If you're filming a cop walking away and you're saying, haha, he's doing the walk of shame, what happened there? One, you didn't ID. Two, so he violated your rights by asking you for ID. He violated your rights this, he violated your rights that. But wait a minute. If they're walking away, and while they're walking away, you can say he's doing the walk of shame. So your freedom of speech isn't being infringed upon because you wouldn't physically be able to say he's doing the walk of shame if your freedom of speech was being stopped. And you're filming him walking away. So the fact that you were filming wasn't stopped. So what's the problem? Why is that an issue? Why is that a problem? I don't. Explain it to me. Explain to me how, if a cop asks for ID and you don't give it to him, he asks you to stop filming and you don't stop filming, and he leaves without stopping you from filming, without stopping you from talking, without getting your ID, what's the problem? Cop came up, asked you a few questions, you argued with him for an hour, and then he left because he got tired of wasting his time on an idiot. So what's the problem? What are you saving us from? You're saving us from the cop who doesn't do anything, who doesn't violate rights, who doesn't arrest you, who doesn't beat you. You're saving us from him? Why don't you go after the bad? Oh, no, because they actually will beat you. You're not going to go after them because they actually will violate your rights. They actually will put you in handcuffs. They actually will beat the crap out of you. You're not going to audit the actually bad cops because then they might actually do something bad. And you don't want that to happen. You don't want any real consequences to your actions. You just want to get that sweet, sweet AdSense revenue, baby. You try to get paid. The problem is when they detain you while asking for ID. Oh, yeah. Because they know that you're just there to film, to get them to come there so you could test them. Like, Think with your mind. Like, seriously, put these things together. Like, we go there to test the police reaction, but we're not baiting a reaction. Well, then how are you going to retest their reaction if you don't bait them? So obviously you're baiting them. That's your goal. And then when they detain you, you know they're going to detain you. That's why you don't answer any questions. They don't not answer questions because it's their right to remain silent. They don't answer questions because they know that that's going to further bait the police to detain them, because the police don't know what's going on and they're not going to tell them. They're not going to say, well, I'm just filming because I wanted to see how the cops would react to me filming. No, you're not going to say that. You're going to say, I'm a journalist working on a story. What story? Oh, how the cops react. That is the story. So how are we supposed to believe that that's not your goal when that's your stated goal? That's your job, is to get the story of how the cops act. And then when they let you go, oh, how that horrible, terrible, evil tyrant detained me for 5 minutes while he asked me for my ID, although I refuse to answer any questions, which would arouse suspicion, and I know it does, which is why I do it on purpose, to bait them into doing what I'm accusing them of doing, even though I'm the one who baited them into doing it in the first place, and they're only reacting to my silence, but I'm going to try and twist it and sell it as they're being bad by doing what I baited them to do. It's like the guy who told me on an interview I did, like, the cops never bother you? Try taking your license plates off your car and see if they don't bother you. Well, of course, if you take your plates off your car, you know you're going to get pulled over unless you're an absolute idiot, which a lot of these people are, I'm sure. But when you specifically go out of your way to do something that you know for a fact is going to cause a certain reaction, then don't try to sell it like it's this big, crazy, insane surprise that they gave you the reaction you were looking for. Anyway, my boy's up now. We've been out for almost 2 hours, so I got to go get him ready for the day, get him breakfast, get him ready for school, all that. Once again, it's been a great time. Love you guys. Love having you here every morning. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, the Bears lost, but we'll get them next time. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Oh, and just real quick, though, I wanted to show you this. I didn't get to. My kitty's over there doing his thing. Whatever. I'll talk to you guys in the morning tomorrow. Great seeing you guys again. Love you all. Have a good day. And like I always say at the end, yay, yay.